we have arrived. We have just reached our little caravan for the weekend. It's all well and good, should be fine for our little weekend stay. We've just unpacked all our bits and bobs and we're going to head out and have a little bit of an explore of the park and find out what's going on. Okay, so here we go. That's Isabel being a YouTube star. This is our little lounge area. We've got a nice big sofa over here with all my junk on it, and a, a little dining area here with a little table. We've got a telly over there, a little fireplace, much as you'd expect in a caravan. Got our little kitchenette here, sink, cooker, all that jazz. More storage cupboards than I've got at home in a tiny caravan, but it's all well and good. Then over here we have a little fridge freezer, cupboard for the cleaning stuff. Isabel once again. In here we've got our little loo, sink and shower. Very basic, but pretty much what you'd be expecting in a little caravan in the UK. For those of you who went on little caravan holidays as kids. And into the first bedroom, which is a twin. With an Isabel. Isabel's actually going to have this room to herself because at home she shares with Rachel, and I wanted her to have a room to herself while she's on holiday. So I'm going to be sleeping out on the sofa and Isabel's going to have this room to herself. And demonstrating the master bedroom is Isabel. So this is Dad's room. He's got a lovely big double bed, great big 3-door wardrobe. He's got a little changing area over here with a mirror, and he's got his very own ensuite complete with a built-in Isabel. Right, let's go and explore Kessingland. Little hire car for the week. Nice little car. It's been very nice. Dad likes it. I think he's thinking of investing. Hi again everyone. So it's a bit later on in the day now. I've just come back to the caravan and we've just had a little cup of tea and settled down a little bit after our initial kind of explore of the place, the holiday park where we're staying. So we are staying in a park dean resort in Lowestoft called Kessingland, or in Kessingland. I think it's called Kessingland. This is our first time here, and it was actually recommended, that's the word I was looking for. It was recommended to us by Rachel's boyfriend Nathan, who stays here, or used to stay here quite a lot when he was younger. So we've come up here for somewhere a little bit different, but still really close to all the places that we love to visit when we're on holiday in the UK. So it's close to Great Yarmouth and Hemsby and Lowestoft, Gorleston, all of that. So yeah, we had a little bit of an explore of the site that we're staying on. There's quite a few amenities here, which is really, really nice. There is a little shop. I love a little shop, especially a little shop on holiday. Hits a little bit different. So there's a little shop where you can pick up all of your kind of snacky bits, little gifts, fridge magnets, stuff like that, and some of the more essential items like cleaning supplies, extra loo roll, stuff like that. So you've got a little shop down right at the beginning of the park. Then you go through the park and up at the end you've got like an entertainment area. So in there is a little arcade. I say little, it's a fair size arcade actually, on-site arcade. There is a clubhouse. There is kind of like an art and craft centre, which I think is the same room as the clubhouse. Just in the day you can do art and crafts things there with the kids, and in the evening it's like entertainment. There's also a bar, there's a restaurant, there is a crepe stand, like a waffle and crepe stand, which I'm very excited to visit later on. There's I think a couple of swimming pools. I think there's an indoor one and an outdoor one, but we haven't actually gone and checked those out yet. There's a chip shop, and then there's like an American diner stand thing that does burgers and stuff. So we're quite well catered for here. The caravan is quite nice, but I'm very, very keen to do a holiday home clean. Now, I'm not, no shade to the company, no shade to the cleaners. They do a very good job. It was nice and clean when we got in. But I'm also very aware from working in an industry similar to this where I was cleaning hotel rooms that the cleaners don't get very long to turn these caravans around. And we had an early booking. We paid extra for an early booking. So it would be nice just to go around and just give it a little bit of an extra clean. Plus, I like cleaning holiday homes. They make different videos for you guys to see. You are watching me clean my home all the time, and it's a little bit of variety. It's kind of fun. And the fact that I've got that little bit more time and I can give it a really good going over makes it easier for the team who come in after we leave to then go around and do all their stuff as well. So I'm having a little bit of a rest. It would appear I'm at the age where I can't do it all the time anymore. So we set off this morning at about 9 o'clock. We got here at about 10:30. No, not 10:30, 11:15, 12. Check-in was at 1. So we went down to the beach, and then we kind of walked to the park a little bit before we checked in. Then we ended up going to explore all the entertainment and all the site and stuff like that. So I'm already kind of pooped. I've already been to the little shop twice. The first time was to get some lunch, and then the second time we had actually checked in after that, and after checking we realised that we needed a few bits like extra loo rolls, fairy liquid, some sponges for washing up, a tea towel, towels. Is this normal? I don't remember this from childhood holidays where like washing up sponges and tea towels and things like that weren't provided, but they're not provided here. It's really strange. No tea towel, no bath towels or hand towels. Seems a little bit weird to me, but hey. So we had to go and get, I had to buy a tea towel, and I've had to buy a couple of just beach towels to use when we get out of the shower. A little bit worried about that because when you buy a new beach towel, it tends to leave like ink and fluff on you when it's a new one, and I've got no way of laundering it here. There is a laundrette on site, but I refuse to do laundry while I'm on holiday. No, absolutely not. So I'm having a little bit of a downtime. The others have gone out in the car to have a little bit of an explore of the local area outside of the park, see what's about, see what activities there are to do. And I have decided to stay behind and just have a little bit of time where it's just me. It's so rare for me to have time where there is not somebody or something making demands on my time. So the fact that I can just sit here and have a cup of tea and not have to think about laundry or repairs or going to work or watering the garden. Oh, I forgot to water the garden. I hope it rains at home. My plants are not going to love me when I get back. But, you know, not having to worry about stuff like that and to just sit here. I've bought my embroidery with me. I've bought my Lord of the Rings book with me. I've got a couple of movies on YouTube that I can pop on. I can cast them to the TV and just sit here and have an evening where it's just me and my own thoughts. Is going to be so lovely. That being said, I don't think they're going to be out all that long. I think they'll be out maybe for a couple of hours and then they're going to come back here. I think we're probably going to be going up to the chip shop, the on-site chip shop, for dinner. And then I think we'll probably end up in the clubhouse with like a couple of drinks and a bit of like cabaret entertainment. I love a cabaret. I know it's really gone out of fashion to have a bingo night in cabaret, but I love a cabaret. It's childhood memories, that cheesy family fun atmosphere in a UK holiday. When you've grown up with it and suddenly it's taken away, you miss it. You really do. I know there's lots of people that don't enjoy a cabaret, and that's why they've kind of gone out of fashion, as has going on holiday in the UK. I love a cabaret. I'm looking forward to getting down to the clubhouse and like watching a cheesy cabaret evening and playing a bit of bingo. The jackpot as well is up on the board in reception. It's like 4,000. You never know. What if Kez wins the jackpot? That would be amazing, wouldn't it? So yeah, I think we're going to do that tonight. So I've got a couple of hours downtime. I am going to put a film on. I am going to sit and embroider, and I'm going to drink copious amounts of tea. I've got some Doritos. I'm going to eat those. And I'm not going to worry about anything. So it's not going to be the most entertaining afternoon. But I will try and get some footage if I can down at the clubhouse if we end up going there tonight. If not, tomorrow morning's plans are we are going to Nathan and Rachel's caravan. They got themselves a separate caravan so they can have some like alone time away from the family as well. They're like me, they're craving a little bit of time where the rest of the family is not on them. All power to them. So they got themselves their own caravan. We are going round there in the morning. We're invited. We haven't invited ourselves. We're going round there in the morning and they're going to cook us a nice breakfast, which is going to be so nice to be kind of waited on and not have to worry about cooking. So that's going to be lovely. So we're going to have a nice breakfast there. And then the plan is we're going to go and do a day in Great Yarmouth, which I'm so looking forward to. I love a day in Great Yarmouth. It's very, very busy. It's very, very loud and it's incredibly expensive. But I'm really looking forward to just having a kind of blowout day. Going on some rides, eating some junk food, going on the arcades, picking up some silly trinkets from Regent's Road and then coming back here in the evening. Not sure what the plan is tomorrow evening. We'll just have to play that by ear. And then on Monday, the day that we go home, we're actually going to go and spend the morning in Hemsby, which is where we usually stay. We didn't stay in Hemsby this year because we wanted to come and see this place that Nathan had recommended, but also because Hemsby's gotten quite expensive, and by the time we booked, and we did book late, it's not their fault, we did book late, there were no appropriately sized chalets or caravans to be had in Hemsby. So we decided to book up here and try something a little bit different. I must say I'm appreciating how much more quiet this place is. You can't hear, but if you stay in Hemsby, if you've ever stayed in Hemsby, you can hear the arcades and things from all of the campsites, which is nice. It's a nice childhood memory sound. But it's also a little bit overwhelming, and it's nice here. You can just sit back and relax. The only noise is coming from other park users walking past, which few and far between, and just about a million gulls. I think they're herring gulls. I know most people call them seagulls, but they're the really big ones, the big ones with the grey heads and the little red bit under their beak, those ones. So they are being very loud, but it's so cute. They've got all their little babies and their babies are still at the stage where they're fluffy and they're so cute. They actually look like owlets with long beaks. It's so funny. I thought I was seeing baby owls when I first saw one, and then it lifted its head up and it had this big old beak, and they're actually baby gulls. So they're being really, really loud at the moment, but it's such a wonderful childhood memory sound, the sound of gulls. I'm not even bothered. In fact, there's one now. It's so funny. The ones here, I don't know if it's normal. They've learned to mimic the sound of a baby. That one sounds more like a cat. But there's one around here and you hear it every now and then. It sounds like a baby crying. It's so interesting. But yeah, there's loads of them, and I'm looking forward to waking up to that sound tomorrow. I'm hoping I can get a little bit of a sound recording for like the beginning and like the intro and the exit of this video of the gulls, just so I always will have that memory of the sound of the gulls. Shouldn't call them seagulls. I know I get told off. They're not seagulls, they're herring gulls. I'm pretty sure they're herring gulls. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to get some embroidery done, stick a film on, have a brew and just relax, and hopefully I'll get some more footage for you later on. If not, I definitely will be getting some footage in Great Yarmouth in the morning, so I will see you later. Okay, so day 2. We're about to embark on the 30-second drive round to Rachel and Nathan's to have some breakfast. We're taking the car because we're heading straight from theirs up to Yarmouth today. So we'll take you with us for our very exciting drive round to theirs. Honestly, it's not far at all. It looks like everyone's waking up now. Park's starting to get a bit busy. All the bunnies are gone. But everyone's heading out the park onto their daily journeys. Never seen the road busy before.
No.
Give you guys a little look. It's quite a big park, to be fair, actually, isn't it?
This one it was?
Yeah, it's this one.
What's this one? Yeah.
Mind the little golf buggy.
Yeah.
Everyone's flying around on golf buggies this morning. And here we are. Ta-da! We have now safely arrived at Rachel and Nathan's. Nathan's back there cooking some bacon, like a good boy. Rachel's run off, I don't know. But I wanted to show you their caravan. Look, as demonstrated by Isabel, as usual.
Yeah, all right.
Look how different their caravan is.
Lovely.
I prefer theirs, if I'm honest. It's nicer. But yeah, we're going to sit down here. We're going to have a little bit of breakfast. We're going to have, I expleted there, so I had to delete that. But yeah, we're going to have a cup of tea and we're going to have a little bit of breakfast and then we're going to head over into Great Yarmouth today. Sizzle, sizzle, the good stuff.
You guys in the toilet?
Yeah. They're so cute, these two. Great Yarmouth in the rain, everybody.
Our blustery day at Great Yarmouth.
We picked the perfect day. And of course, the horses are gone, so another time I come up here and I don't get to go on the horses.
I mean, it's nice though. It's nice and cold.
It is nice and cool, she's right.
You know, it's not as sticky as it
yeah.
was last time when they had to take the horses off.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just packing up to leave the caravan, going home today. We're going to head down to Hemsby first and we're going to spend the day there. But Rachel and Nathan have already checked out of their caravan, everything's packed up. We've packed up all our stuff. Dad is taking us back and then he's coming back for the rest of the week with my nan. So they're going to have a little bit more time here. So I've done a little holiday home clean video this morning for you guys, which will be up at some point in the week. And it's all fresh and ready for them to have their holiday now. Here's Izzy doing the Macarena, which apparently is a thing now. again everyone, so we are now back home from holiday. We've actually been home for like a few days, nearly a week, let's be fair, nearly a week, Kerry. And I'm just editing the video now. I'm sorry that ended a little bit abruptly. I think when I go away and I'm trying to film stuff for you guys, I always feel like I've got more than I've actually got. So I thought I'd do a little bit of an outro for you. So obviously we were only away for a couple of days. We did Kessingland, we just explored Kessingland day 1. Day 2 we did Great Yarmouth, and day 3 we just did, it was kind of like a half day, we did Hemsby and then we came home. So I tried to grab as much footage as I could. Now some of it's corrupted. And so as I'm going through editing, I'm going to be trying to kind of pop pictures in and things, so I can show you a little bit more of what it was like there. But yeah, I thought I'd just come online now and do a little bit of a kind of outro for you, so the video doesn't just go bleh and kind of stop. So we had a really lovely weekend, genuinely a really lovely weekend. It's been quite hectic coming home. There's a lot of stuff that I need to now deal with, lots of laundry and things to do. As you know, when you come home from holiday, there's always the stuff to unpack, there's the new stuff you've got to find home for, there's laundry, blah blah blah, and half the garden's dead because of the heat. Excellent. So we actually had hideous weather hideous weather for the whole weekend, but I genuinely prefer that, having like rain and wind and a bit chilly, to full blazing sun, the full blazing sun that we had just before we went away and that we've had pretty much ever since we got back. I much prefer to have that when you're out and about doing stuff, because I burn so easily. My skin's very pale, and it's cool toned, so I don't tan. I don't have that luxury, I never have. I have never ever tanned or gone even slightly browner than I am. It's always a full burn and it's always pretty much immediate. So for me, when I'm on holiday, having at least overcast or rain is actually a lot better for me when I'm out and about doing stuff, because I'm not having to constantly worry about trying to keep myself in shade, trying to keep my arms covered, trying to keep the back of my neck covered, making sure I've got sunscreen on, because even like the facial sun creams, although they're better, melt in the sun and you end up with it in your eyes and that stings, and it's just a bit of a nightmare for a pale person in this heat and in this sun. So we had horrible weather the whole weekend, but I'm actually so pleased. On what day was it? We went on Saturday, so on the Sunday when we went to Great Yarmouth, it rained pretty much constantly and there was storms, and it was like proper heavy rain, which I tried to catch some footage of, but I guess because my camera was wet, it didn't like it. The file was kind of corrupted a little bit, but we had a deluge, a very long deluge, while we were in Great Yarmouth, which kind of put a dampener on going on rides and stuff like that, so I didn't get as much footage there as I would have liked to. Hemsby I got a little bit more. I love Hemsby. I have decided that next year I'm going to book up a week, I think, or 4 days or something, a little bit longer than a long weekend, but not quite a week, in Hemsby, hopefully in Bel Air, where we usually stay when we go to Great Yarmouth. I definitely just want a few days just in Hemsby. I'm probably going to give Great Yarmouth a miss, just because it's not fun anymore, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just feel like I'm moving into a stage of life where I've done all of the rides at the Pleasure Beach and I've done all of the rides at Joyland enough where I'm not really too bothered about whether I ride those again. It's too much walking up and down Great Yarmouth for me, and I used to really like going to Regent's Road and going in all the little shops and having a look around there, but I've kind of realised this last time, A, that exhausts me mentally and physically, and B, all the shops are selling the same things. It's like the same shop over and over, copy paste. There's very few unique shops up there now. The two that I love, there's like an alternative clothing shop and I was looking there for some band hoodies. I love band hoodies. I was looking for a Corn one, a Follow the Leader band hoodie, and they didn't have Follow the Leader on the hoodie, which was a little bit disappointing. They did print there, like I could have asked them to, and they would have made me one and it wouldn't have been an issue, but I just didn't want to delay everybody any further. So that was a really cool shop. They had loads of really nice stuff in there. And then Isabel found this kind of manga bookshop, which we spent so long in. We must have been nearly an hour in there. And it's only a tiny shop, while Isabel was choosing some new books. So yeah, other than that, we didn't buy a single thing on Regent's Road, and it was really, really disappointing. So I think next year I'm going to give Great Yarmouth a miss, and I'm going to do Hemsby, but I also want to go around and do some of the wildlife parks and things like that, instead of just arcades and rides all week. You want to do some of the wildlife parks, maybe a beach day. We didn't get beach day. That kind of thing, just like a little bit slower pace. And I would really like to, every time we go to Hemsby, we drive through this gorgeous little village called Philby in Bloom. Give us a little thumbs up in the comments if you know Philby in Bloom. But I would really like to actually stop there and have a lovely walk around Philby in Bloom, and get some pictures and just some inspiration, because it's such a lovely little place. If you haven't been there and you are kind of local to the Norfolk, Suffolk area, have a little look at Philby in Bloom. It's so pretty. So I'd really like to spend some time there as well. But anyway, I'm rambling. I need to finish getting this video edited for you so that it can go up and you can see the footage that I did get. I apologise that it wasn't more. I feel like there's this kind of, you're kind of torn between wanting to film everything to put on the channel, but also not wanting to chase everybody around with the camera all the time and make people uncomfortable and make people feel like they have to be on display. It's supposed to be a relaxing holiday as well. So I got, I think I've got enough to make the vlog kind of interesting, I don't know, but maybe not as much as I would have liked to, so apologies for the kind of gaps in the filming there. I'm going to leave you here now. I'm going to get this finished and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye guys.